individual assessees between the income 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs to 5% instead of the present rate of 10%. I propose to allow a carry forward of MAT for a period of 15 years. No transaction above rupees 3 lakhs should be permitted in cash. Fiscal deficit for 2017-18 at 3.2% of the GDP. Affordable housing will now be given infrastructure status. We propose to create an integrated public sector oil major. We have therefore decided to abolish the FIPB, IRCTC, IRFC and IRCON would be listed on various stock exchanges. Maximum amount of cash donation that a political party can receive will be 2,000 from any one source.
Welcome to you. You're watching CNBC TV 18. I'm Kritika Saxena and here are the big budget headlines that you need to remember. Finance Minister presents a no-sharp budget. Primary focus is on affordable housing, poverty alleviation, infrastructure and rural development. Capital expenditure outlay hiked by 24%. Meanwhile, Budget 2017 pegs fiscal deficit for FY18 at 3.2% of GDP, targets a fiscal deficit of 3% for the next 10 years. Net borrowing plan kept below street expectations. Individual taxpayers, though, get some relief. Finance Minister reduces income tax rate on incomes between 2.5 and 5 lakh rupees to 5% from 10%, but incomes between 50 lakh rupees and 1 crore rupees to attract an additional surcharge of 10%. No corporate tax cut for large companies, but smaller companies with turnover below 50 crore rupees will have to now pay 25% tax instead of the earlier 30%. Minimum alternate tax or MAT stays, but carry forward raised to 15 years. No bad news is good news on Dalal Street. Markets give a thumbs up to the budget. No long-term capital gains tax on equities and no tinkering of short-term capital gains tax. Foreign portfolio investors exempted completely from indirect transfer provisions. Meanwhile, ease of doing business gets a leg up. Government decides to abolish the Foreign Investment Promotion Board completely. Will further liberalize India's foreign direct investment policy. Government also unveils a 72,000 crore rupee divestment roadmap, plans to list IRCTC and 2 other railway PSUs. And our behemoth could be in the making. Government proposes the merging of assets of various oil PSUs to set up a globally competitive integrated PSU oil giants. Most oil companies were up and about at the back of that. Meanwhile, the affordable housing segments get a big push as it is granted infrastructure status. Government promises to build new homes for 1 crore households by the year 2019. Now, the post-demonetization war on black money continues. Finance Minister accepts the recommendation of the SIT on black money to limit any cash transaction to 3 lakh rupees. Political parties also get curbs on donations. The maximum cash donation any party can receive from any one source is capped at 2,000 rupees. But parties can accept donations by checks or digital modes. RBI Act will be amended to enable the issuance of electoral bonds for political funding. So those were all the big budget headlines of the day.